Moving on now to our special series where we've been mapping the line of control and bringing you special reports on the renewed tensions along the line of control as ceasefire violations continue to throw a question mark over the fate not just of the ceasefire but also of India-Pakistan relations. Tonight, as part of our special report, we tell you how the fence along the entire 776-kilometer stretch was actually constructed and how it is protected. It looks like any other mountain village. The women chatting as they take the cattle out to graze. The men busy in the maize fields. But the miles of wire that encircle it and the soldiers' post right at the beginning of the narrow path that takes you down into the village of gold are signs of the permanent anxiety that stalk the people here. This village, right on the LOC, has been witness to the surge in ceasefire violations. The red and green flags dug onto the roofs indicate where the last round of mortar shells fell from across the border in August.
जब पाकिस्तान का गोला आता है तो हम लोग बहुत परेशान हो जाते हैं। बच्चे लोग जो हैं वो रोना और चिल्लाना शुरू हो जाते हैं। लेडी लोग भागने शुरू हो जाते हैं। बूढ़े भी परेशान हो जाते हैं। मेशी हमारे भेड़ बकरी पाल कर हम गुजारा करते हैं, माल मेशी। अब पाकिस्तान की वजह से हम बहुत परेशान हैं, तो हमारी जिंदगी जो है यहाँ बेकार हो रही है। लेकिन बच्चे स्कूल भी नहीं जाते हैं।
The women tell us that they worry most for their children, but that they are too poor to move out into any other area. डर लगता है?
गोले से डर लगता है। हम पशु भी चराते हैं, इधर बच्चे भी घूमते हैं। बच्चों को हम उधर रहा करते थे, बच्चों का इधर रहता, हमको बहुत फिक्र होता है। गोलाबारी हो रहा, बच्चे को पता नहीं किसी को लग जाएगा, भैंस को लग जाएगा, क्या करेंगे? हम गरीब आदमी हैं।
The sudden spate of LOC violations and especially the killing of 5 Indian soldiers has made the almost 10-year-old ceasefire agreement vulnerable. So far, the firing has been restricted to small arms and mortar. The concern now is how to avoid an escalation to artillery duels across the boundary. But the army is unambiguous in the message it wants to send.
The directions from our chief, direction from our Honorable Raksha Mantri, that commanders at the local level, and I include myself in that, we are absolutely free to retaliate, to react and respond to the actions by Pakistan in any which way we feel comfortable and suitable.
While ceasefire violations may have become a mere tabulation of statistics in the media, here on the ground they can make the difference between life and death. The one thing though that has made guarding the frontiers somewhat more efficient is of course this fence that runs along the entire stretch of the LOC. Today it's taken for granted as an element of the national security apparatus, but few remember what a mammoth project it was to construct and the firing that it provoked across the border.
My team, we were primarily in Mender sector and we came under heavy barrage of artillery shelling. And in that particular barrage, I had some civilian labor also working with us alongside. 2 of them got killed and 2 of my Jawans, they got injured. They had splinters on their bodies.
The terrain and the weather, especially heavy snow, means looking after the fence is a 24-hour challenge. Every 50 yards along the fence is a soldier's post. When it was built, the army spent more than 2,000 crore rupees on what was called Operation Diwar. Now just keeping it in good shape cost 25 crore rupees a year.
They say that good fences make good neighbors, but I don't think this saying stands true in the case of India and Pakistan. We unfortunately had to spend a lot of money and effort to create this fence.
But the fence is still not the final frontier. Beyond it, the last man standing is still the soldier, often in eyeball-to-eyeball contact with Pakistani troops on the other side. As day turns to night, this is one job that never ends. The statistics point to a clear surge in ceasefire violations since the month of August. But as we stand here, right at the fence along the line of control, the question is actually political. Will Manmohan Singh meet Nawaz Sharif, and should he? Sources say the meeting is at this moment likely, but the question is, will it be a meeting that comes without high political risk? In Bhimber Gali, at the line of control, with Manoj Thakur, Manu Nair and Juhi Tyagi, Barkha Dutt for NDTV.